Tonight's open meeting speaker is Laura Fillault. Many of you probably know her. She's been attending our meetings for the past year or so. She lives in the Woodlands. She has a BS in Industrial Engineering from Texas A&M. She was a consultant for a major consulting firm for 6 years, and now is very politically active. She is a Twitter superstar. At Laura K. Fillault is her handle, for those of you who want to follow her. She's been featured on Twitchy twice, right? Twice? 3 times. Yeah. And she is here to talk about the Tea Party Scholarship Fund, which is a project of the Blacksphere. So please help me welcome Laura Fillault.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so show of hands. Here's my question. Let's see if it works. Is it going to come up? One more? There's my question. See, question. Anybody in the room, can you tell me the best Tea Party movement activity program that has been successful at minority youth outreach in the U.S.?
No.
Even the moderately successful one?
I don't think it really exists.
I don't think it really exists either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I started doing this back when Cruz did his. We moved up here for ExxonMobil with the migration, and I know it's not a migration, but it feels like one. Especially if you're trying to sell your house, you're in a good position. If you're trying to buy one, sorry. When we moved up here, Cruz was in his runoff with Dewhurst back in the day, and you guys, Texas Patriots PAC, held a rally out over by the Marriott, the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. I don't really remember where it was exactly because we were brand new, so I was completely lost. It was just a bunch of trees. And so I started paying attention, and then I started getting involved with Texas Patriots PAC last May, and my kids went to Vacation Liberty School, so I want to plug that for a second. That's definitely something. I know you're going to talk about it, but we loved it last year. My kids loved it. We won't be in town or else we would be here. And so I've watched the Tea Party get massacred over and over and over again, to the point where when you look at polls, they're even saying that the views of the Tea Party increasingly unfavorable, and I don't understand why. Because we're doing, am I yelling? Probably. Sorry, how about if I talk about here? I watch and I wonder, why are we continuously getting massacred? Because we're doing good things. There's nothing that we're doing that says that we're evil, but we're good people. Our conservative values are time-tested and proven. We actually have a worldwide influence. Did you know these places existed? Australian Tea Party. The first one here is the Australian Tea Party. I love that one, with the teacup upside down. I thought that was very clever. UKIP, they're not Tea Party, but they are a more Eurosceptic kind of movement over in the UK. The Taxed Enough Already Tea Party, the Dutch Tea Party, and my favorite is the Israeli Tea Party. They're very active right now on Facebook. So if you go look up the Israeli Tea Party on Facebook, they've got it going. I think that's a fair statement. Our elected candidates are making a difference. And I love this quote. I'll read it to you. When people in Washington, D.C., including many Republicans, hear the words Tea Party, they lash out like cornered animals. Right? We're still experiencing this. Even with this last election over in Mississippi with McDaniels and Cochran, it's still just violently scared of the Tea Party. So, let's talk about what they say about the Tea Party. So we've got my 2 favorite guys. We've got Jesse. Tea Party activists are akin to redneck racist throwbacks from the Civil War era. And then we've got Al. Al Sharpton, long observing a consistent pattern of racist comments and behavior within the Tea Party. Long observing, because we were founded in what, 2009? So what, are we talking 5 years ago. So who they idolize, right? So we've got these people, they're allowed to say that stuff, right? Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. Do you ever see an editorial talking about how what the comments they're saying? A national editorial. We see little blogs and stuff that decry against it. But nationally, we don't have a voice that we're standing up for. We have no way to say, no, we're not racist. Because they say, shh, pipe down, we're talking. So we've got people like Jay-Z. How many of you in here know who Jay-Z is? Okay, that's not more than I expected, to be honest. My Presence, this is Jay-Z. He's a rapper and a mogul, and he's worth about $550 million. Just let that sink in, $550 million. And his idea of charity is his presence. My presence is charity, just who I am, just like Obama's is. Obama's presence is charity. I don't think you can eat or buy stuff with that charity. Nancy Pelosi, this Tea Party initiative is funded by the high end. We call it AstroTurf. It's not really a grassroots movement. We love Nancy. They love her too. Kanye West, this is his quote. He's another rap singer kind of thing. I am God's vessel, but my greatest pain in life is that I will never be able to see myself perform live. I love that people, and these guys are very popular. They're making a lot of money, and they're allowed to say this kind of stuff. John Kerry, real Democrats don't abandon the middle class. But yes, they do. And then my favorite, Uncle Joe. Joe Biden, for too long in this society, this is my favorite part, we have celebrated unrestrained individualism over common community. Dadgum, you individualists trying to live individual lives. You must have common community. So let's take a look at what they give. So these people call us racist, all the ugly things, and the media just laps it up. Total net worth, Jay-Z, $550 million. John Kerry, $198 million. Kanye West, $100 million. Remember, this is the one that couldn't see himself live. Bless his heart. Nancy Pelosi, she's about $26 million. Barack Obama's about $4 million. I pity Joe Biden because he's only at $500,000. And I want to look and say, what have you been doing wrong? Because you've been in the Senate for a really long time. I mean, you're vice president and your net worth is $500,000. Really? He should just do like some sort of worst quotes by Biden and he would sell more. And then the average American makes about, their net worth is about $500,000. Or sorry, 50, I wish. So, what do they give? Not a lot compared to this is their charitable donations compared to their net worth. Pelosi hardly gives any. Barack Obama does give the most, 3.75, but he's also worth $4 million, and he's gonna have a pension for life, so I mean, good for him. I mean, average American, 3%. Now, this is the average American, right, across the United States. This is not Republicans or church-going members. This is the average American. We know that if I put the average conservative church-going person, it would be 10%, and everything else would just be this tiny little circle. Jay-Z here, he's at 0.0011%. John Kerry, 0.0046%. Kanye West, 0.018%. What's interesting to me, some of these charities, just so you understand a little bit about what's going on, with Kanye West, he had a charity. They raised $550,000 for his charity. That's a pretty good amount of money, I think, and it was meant to go to black students, and they gave away $18,000 in scholarships. And then blew the rest of it on administrative fees. So all these people gave all this money, and then he can't even, in his $100 million, spare more than $18,000. Who do you think, this is our big goal, who do you think the advancers of the global black community are? Anybody got a guess?
Who do you mean by advancers?
Think about it for a little bit. This is their mission statement. Part of their mission statement. NAACP? Nope. Congressional Black Caucus. Give John a medal. Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. Do you know who they are? Does that sound familiar to you? Yep, these are the House Sheila is in there, look at that. There she is, right there, front and center. Oh, absolutely. She's not into photo ops, just like Barack Obama's not into photo ops. And so she's up there. So, I'm just going to go ahead and shock you with this one. These are the latest numbers we have, because they don't like to file this kind of stuff and share it. They, back from 2000, over 4 years, they raised $55 million. They gave away $600,000 in scholarships that same time. The rest they spent on them. Giving parties, raising awareness, I guess, of themselves. They spent $700,000 on catering for one event. That's more than they gave out in scholarships for the same amount of time. This is our target. Our goal. Oh yeah, and he just says something more about we're all racist, yay for us. So, I'm here to talk to you about the Tea Party Scholarship and why you would want to support that. One of my favorite friends, John Hawkins, says, when conservatives start showing minorities that we care and stop expecting them to come to us, just take a look around for a second. We're sort of uniform in our melanin. We'll start to see a change in attitudes. So we want to reset the narrative. The narrative right now is the Tea Party is racist. Everybody beats that drum. Across the United States, from Los Angeles, I had a guy on Twitter accused me, he mocked the fact that I was Tea Party scholarship and then said, it just seems so unlike you. And I was like, why? And he said, well, it's just, you're white. Okay, I don't know you, LA News guy. So we're going to reset the narrative. We're going to unite it. The Tea Party does what liberals only talk about. We're going to model our ideals to the youth and the minorities, and we're going to call out the naysayers and the charlatans. And how are we going to do this? We're going to award scholarships. We're going to be raising, I'm asking you for money. We're going to be raising scholars, we're going to be awarding scholarships. The goal is to award so many scholarships. Oh, this is what Kevin and Alan West are going to be doing. I'll get to that point in a second. Instead of giving money to people, we're going to be giving money towards their education, right? It's a hand up, not a handout. Hold debates at historically black colleges and universities. Part of the money that we're going to be getting, not a very big part, will be funding Alan West and Kevin Jackson, who I'll show you in a second what he looks like and who he is, to go hold debates and forums. Kevin is a strong Tea Party conservative, and I believe, Bill, I want to say he was here. John, y'all may have met him. Do you remember him?
He spoke.
Okay, so y'all know what he's about. Strong Tea Party guy. We'll use truth and logic to destroy liberal rhetoric and race baiting. And then we'll also send black and Hispanic conservative ambassadors out there to share our message. There are people like Lawrence Jones, who I don't think that y'all have had him here, and Eddie Gallegos. They are both younger kids. Well, Eddie's my age, so he's not too young, but youngish. They went and went underground with Battleground Texas and kind of started to expose their strategies. They're neat guys to talk to. And they're going to go out and share our message. We're going to market the goal of this whole scholarship program is to A, give scholarships, and to B, give so many scholarships that we do press releases that say things like, Tea Party donates more to minority students than Joe Biden, which won't take very long because he doesn't give very much money, Nancy Pelosi, Jay-Z, again, that doesn't take very long, this is like $6,000, Kanye West, Congressional Black Caucus, etc. The Tea Party awards scholarships. We do what you talk about. We're giving money. And the best thing is when the mainstream media starts wailing about what do they say? That we're pandering. This is my favorite part. Oh, they're just pandering to black students. Do you think the black students actually feel pandered to when we've given them money towards their education? Well, I mean, they're going to take it, right? And mind you, we're not writing them a check and saying, here, go to your favorite college. No, they're going to be applying. They have to talk about in the application process, they have to talk about what the Tea Party is. They have to talk about what the Constitution is and how it applies to them. They have to talk specifically about parts of that. They have to address it. And it's not a free-for-all. We're going to be selective. Also, with the scholarship, it's for colleges, for universities, and my favorite, for trade schools. Yeah, it's not just for, it's not just for the big two. So we want to do this. It's time to take back our name. It's time to show the mainstream media that they're wrong, that we're not racist. We are helping people, and we are pro-education, pro-hand up. We want you to become a partner. I've gone to this, y'all are my 4th Tea Party that I've talked to, and I'm asking the same thing every time, to commit as a Tea Party to $1,000 for a scholarship. And then please consider each of you individually, like me, to give $5 a month towards the scholarship. And then spread the word and let people know what we're doing. And then finally, that's Kevin. So, Kevin Jackson, the project has this objective. The Tea Party will not run from the Tea Party name, and our actions going forward will put politicians on notice that we're taking our country back.